Hi, Cheltenham County Stan James. I want to preview this weekend's racing, including the richest course race in the world, the Dubai World Cup. Also got the start of the flat turf season in Britain with the link in the first leg of the spring double. First of all, I'll just quickly run through, if we may, the Meydan card. First race, Sirocco Breeze versus War Artists. War Artists is very, very disappointing. Could be a fantastic weekend, of course, for the boys in blue. For Godolphin, Sirocco Breeze takes is the mount of Frankie Dettori. Could really be a red letter day for the boys in blue. Second race is the Godolphin mile, 5-2 favourite Desert Party, up from 6 furlongs, but that's not a problem with the mile. Sky Service won very impressively on his penultimate start, 5-1 with ourselves at Stan James, but very disappointed. Probably the race came too soon last time at 5-1. Interesting horse though. Probably the most interesting is Willabink has worked the Oracle a second time for Cat Junior. Got a cracking draw in stall 2 for a horse that made all last time, but Blinkers winning the first time. This has been called a couple of rude names in the past, but Cat Junior is a 7-1 shot. In the next race, the UAE Derby, we've got Musea, very impressive winner of the first leg of the Triple Crown for Mike de Kock against Mendip, who won the second leg of the Triple Crown. For Godolphin, 8-1 for Rahana. It would just be Musea for me. Slight reservation about a mile. Will he get this extended 9 furlongs? I would imagine he ought. And 6-4, he looks one of the better favourites on the card. The Golden Shaheen, Geigo for Godolphin, is the 5-2 favourite. Looks a big, gross horse, and he was. A lot of people suggested him as a 3-year-old. Of course, he ran in the Kentucky Derby in the Preakness as well. Back to 6 furlongs. He finished 4th in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but I fancy the Australian horse Rocket Man, winning in Singapore last time, and I think he really could be one, proper sprint. And we know from Royal Ascot what the Australian sprinters can do. 3-1, 5-1 for Kinsale King as well, but preference is certainly for Rocket Man in that one. 2-1 Pressvis in the Dubai Duty Free. Got a terrible draw in 15. Christophe Lemaire takes over. Ryan Moore gave this horse a wonderful ride in a slow run race last time. Pressvis, I think, is the best horse in the race. Remember, this is the horse that was beaten the long odds on when Fallon rode, and he doesn't seem to appear to get on with Fallon. Ryan Moore, he probably would have been even short if Ryan Moore would rode at Meydan on Saturday evening, but Moore will ride Confront, and that is one horse I would suggest whatever happens on Saturday we take from this race. I think Confront over 10 furlongs will be a Group 1 horse on the level. This is 9 furlongs, the Golden, the Duty Free rather, and maybe he just might find things happen a bit too quick. But Alexandros is 6-1 shot. Confront, who would still be my each way selection, is 12. In the Sheema Classic, wide open still. Certainly haven't got it. And I think a lot of the fancied horses, I think it wouldn't surprise me if the bookmakers get a result here. 5-1 Spanish Moon, 11-2 for Cavalryman. Cavalryman drawn out in the car park at 16 for Frankie. Remember, this horse ran a great race, third in the Arc de Triomphe last time. Yumzain is, of course, finished runner-up on that occasion. He's in the race as well. He's a 7-1. Wonderful old stick, that. But again, I really do think that's a wide open. Probably not the greatest renewal as well. Buena Vista as well. Packmax on a good word for Pellier's Mount at 8-1. But the big race of the night is the Dubai World Cup. Vision d'Etat, the Hong Kong Cup winner, is the 9-2 favourite from its 5-1 then for Twice Over. I finished behind Gio Ponti. That was in the Breeders' Cup Classic. He worked, of course, with Tranquil Tiger. Tranquil Tiger returned the Winter Derby last weekend into a procession. Okay, he sort of faded slightly close home, but Tranquil Tiger was a very good winner of that race, and Twice Over's been running with him. But the one I fancy is Gitano Hernando. Amazing, this horse won a Grade 1 race in America, the Goodwood Stakes. Marco Botti, maybe not the most fashionable, maybe not the most well-known. 33-year-old Italian, comes from an Italian dynasty. Both his father and his grandfather were Italian champion trainers in Italy, and I think Marco Botti and Gitano Hernando, that is a 6-1 shot in with Stan James. But it doesn't look as though, I think it's fair to say, there's no Dubai Millennium in the field, and again, wouldn't be wonderful for Henry Cecil, but it would just be Gitano Hernando for me. For another new market handler, Marco Botti. Quickly go through. We've seen a lot of money for Penitent in the William Hill Lincoln, which is, as I say, the first leg of the spring double. He's being drawn in stall 1 today, and I always think on soft ground you need to be drawn low at Doncaster on the straight mile, high when it is favoured fast ground. I think Pennington will take all the beating. Haggis, of course, William Haggis won the race in 2007 with a very wise. Just a slight concern he's by the stallion. His sire is Kalachi. Kalachi is more of a sprinter, but he's out of a Bishop of Cashel mare. Bishop of Cashel, of course, was a decent miler, but loved soft ground, and I think this Penitent will take all the beating. And now just pass a couple of other good words. This is from Newbury. Osric, I think, just touched off in a race sponsored by Stan James last time. I think they'll go one better at in the 320 at Newbury, and the mare's final of the 2 mile 5 furlongs. I really do fancy the chances of Carrada in this, unbeaten in 3 starts. Henderson probably will have 2 or 3 in the race, but Carrada has already been jocked up for Barry Geraghty. But the richest race in the world, twice over. Will it be another winner for Henry Cecil, or will it be the new kid on the block? Gitano Hernando has won at Wolverhampton, broke the track record at Wolverhampton, is also winning at Lingfield. Are they going to be his prep races for the Dubai World Cup, the richest horse race in the world? 6-1 with Stan James. Be lucky.